Hey there, thank you for joining me for another episode of Total Ramblings. It's Saturday, the 27th of September 2025, and it's 12:21. That's a lot of 20s, isn't it? I'm not feeling too great, if I'm honest with you. Quite lucky I did all my housework last night, had a bath and a shave. I shave when I'm in the bath, you see, because it's just a habit I've got into. It's easier to control the mess. So I hadn't shaved for a couple of weeks. I was looking a bit unkempt. But I've woken up this morning and I'm not feeling too good at all. But anyway, life, unfortunately, must go on. This episode is not sponsored by Lucozade. So, I've just popped out to the shop to grab something for my dinner. Also, I had to get some stamps. Needed to post a card to somebody. And we're out of stamps. £13.50 for 8 first-class stamps. I've been putting off buying stamps for months. It's ridiculously expensive. So anyway, it's a bit gloomy today, cloudy, it's threatening to rain, but Alexa, will it rain today?
No rain is expected today.
She says it won't, but then she lies, you see. She doesn't always tell the truth, or she's got no knowledge. Anyway, as you can see, my glasses are shaded up because I've just been out to post said letter. Try and get a bit of light in my eyes, you know. But so what's happened this week? Well, I had to go for my annual diabetes checkup, which was on Wednesday, and they took blood. I am considerably easier to take blood from than Liz is. I've got a nice vein here. Little bruise, that's the way it should be. She did an ultrasound on my feet. My feet are fine, good pulse. I had to take a urine sample. Don't know what the result of that is. My blood pressure was fine. But I've got absolutely no doubt at all that somebody will be calling me this week to yell at me about my blood test results. Last year I got told my diabetes was out of control. But, you know, I'm going to be honest with you guys. The world is run by madmen. Pretty certain there's a war around the corner. My wife ain't coming out of hospital. What's the point in anything, really, in trying to improve yourself, you know? Sorry to be depressing and all that. But honestly, what's the point? Where's the incentive? There isn't one, is there? There's no incentive. So, what do you do? Had an existential crisis in bed last night. Was fairly certain I wasn't going to wake up. Get that a lot, but last night was particularly palpable. So there you go. I had flowers sent to Liz this week. I can't claim the credit for that, really. So this is not sponsored. We had a raffle at Holy Cross Hospital a few weeks ago, and this is one of the prizes that we won. We won about 5 prizes, I seem to recall. Biscuits, a game compendium, this thingy. I'm sure there was something else. Can't remember now. Anyway, I left a message a few weeks ago and they never got back to me, so I emailed them. The problem is, it's the place where you get these flowers that donated this voucher. They're in Midhurst. I've never been there. I think it's near to where Liz's hospital is, but I only get to visit Liz after work or on Sundays when they're closed. So I'm not able to pop in. But they very kindly delivered her some flowers this week. Reminder to myself to put some photos up right now of said flowers. So that was nice. I said yellow was a nice colour. So there you go. What else has happened? Yeah. Also, had a man. So there's a company called Vivisol who provide oxygen for Liz and the O2 concentrator and the portable one. And as I might have said a couple of weeks ago, they were due to come round a couple of days ago, and they did. And he serviced the machine. The portable O2 concentrator has now been taken away because it does not meet Liz's needs. She needs a constant flow of oxygen, and this only provided oxygen on a pulse. So that's gone. I do have one that I bought myself at considerable expense, which will now probably never get used. It's basically brand new. But I said, well, unfortunately, Liz isn't coming home. If she does come home for a visit, then we have the O2 concentrator, the big one. And for travel, we've still got cylinders. So he also replaced a cylinder that I'd used half of. So I've got one big cylinder and 3 little cylinders, which is what we've already had. He offered me another portable machine, but it was huge and on wheels. And I can't see me really dragging that behind me like a caravan in a shopping centre. We'll just use the cylinder if we end up ever going out anywhere. Unfortunately, I think my plans for Liz to have monthly visits have been slightly torpedoed because apparently patients are now limited to 1 trip out every 2 months. So if Liz wanted to use one of those trips for shopping, which she does, then that would be a 4-month gap between visits home. And I also think, I suspect that any plans I had to try and be allowed to have her at home, like me go and pick her up, bring her home, take her back without an escort, I suspect that's out the window, because that if there was a problem with Liz, if something happened to her, that's a massive, massive, massive liability problem for the hospital, right? So, and I think, yes, you could sign waivers and all sorts, but I don't see it happening. I think from a legal perspective, it's very dodgy. So I'm highly sceptical that that's going to happen. Had quite a stressful week at work. At one point on Friday, I was convinced I wasn't going to make it through the day, just interminable meetings, all about the same thing. But we did make it through the day, and it ended up quite well. So there you go. What else is there to say? Yeah, I've been feeling a bit down this week, if I'm honest with you. Had my second counselling session. Now, I already thought I was quite self-aware, but a whole load of stuff's bubbling up. It's useful to understand why I do things, why I have such low self-esteem, why I just try and keep people happy. It's for want of approval. I'm not going to go in any further to that in case somebody's watching this that I don't want to upset. Not that she would be watching this, I mean. What else is there to say? There's a Lego plushy alien sent to me from my cousin Paul via his mum Pam, who very kindly visited Liz a week ago. I think that's been waiting for me for about a year now. So that was nice. What else is there? Apart from the fact that I'm depressed and bored today, I don't know what to do with myself. The house is all tidy. I don't know what to do. Ty wasn't very well this week. He was upset tummy. Was very vocal Thursday night. Friday, I was very worried about him in the morning. He sat there very quietly, didn't want his food. But he did eat it after a little while. I got him going with some sweeties, some snacks. So he seems okay now, but I was worried about him. Trouble is, he goes around eating spiders, you see, and that can't be good for him. I have opened the door because I think maybe he's a bit depressed, like me. I thought maybe he'd want to go outside, but I think he's on the bed asleep. Whispers up in Alice's room. Alice was home this week, which was nice. She'll be back on Monday for the week. I watched Alien with her. I've been trying to educate her in 80s films. Now, I know Alien is not an 80s film. Don't jump down my throat. It's 1979. But I want to show her Aliens. I can't show her Aliens without showing Alien. And Alien is a freaking good film anyway. So we watched Alien. Maybe if she's going to be home during the week, I could have a weekly film night. That would be nice. I want to show her Blade Runner as well. We've done Predator. Terminator we could do. There's loads we could do. Can't remember if I've done RoboCop with her or not. RoboCop and Predator, top 2 80s films, in my opinion. This episode is not sponsored by Lucozade. So, I don't know what to do with myself. Just thought I'd give you guys an update. I would like to say to a couple of viewers, if I do have regular viewers, I would like to say thank you for the feedback. Let me just bring this up and hopefully it won't play the video. There it goes, play the video. Episode 340. Ronnie Peterson, wasn't he a Formula One driver? Your channel is a breath of fresh air, whatever the content. Stay safe. Thank you, Ronnie. I do appreciate that. I try and keep it honest here, right? I've said this many times before, but a load of people on YouTube just show how wonderful and amazing their life is, and you only ever see what's in front of the camera, and you never see all the crap that they've undoubtedly got going on in their life, unless it's just me. I tell it how it is, really. If I'm happy, I'll be happy. Like when I did the Star Trek shoot, you saw me happy. Today, I'm not very happy. And I'm not going to hide that fact. This vlog is useful for my therapy. That's what I've decided. And it's useful as a diary and also as something to leave my kids. And then Aaron Z1326 wrote, I appreciate the honesty. A lot of YouTube channels all feel like they all read the same book on how to make YouTube videos, so I appreciate watching someone who has their own unique personality and shares that. I definitely won't pretend life can't be very tough, but I'm glad you've made it through and I hope you continue. Thank you, Aaron Z1326. I don't often get feedback on my videos, but it's nice when I do. And I'm glad that these life videos don't put people off. I imagine there's lots of people who've joined me for, you know, Lego stuff and what have you, and probably don't appreciate this kind of video, but this channel is me. It's about anything that I do at any point in time, really. There's lots of stuff I still don't cover, actually, that I could probably film, but I do worry about just making it boring and putting people off. I try and keep it interesting. So, I'm going to try and eat some dinner and stabilise my stomach. Oh yeah, I'll show you something actually. I went to the toy shop to pick up some Lego minifigs for a video. And I saw this. Look at that. That's a Star Wars land speeder, repainted. How is someone able to get away with making that without breaching all sorts of copyright? I know it doesn't have a Star Wars logo on it. It's not pretending to be a land speeder, but it bloody is. It bears no resemblance to any space shuttle or vehicle that's been designed by NASA. I mean, admittedly, neither does this massive tank with a missile on it, but that's not the point. That's not from an existing thing. That's an existing thing. It's a land speeder. It's Luke's land speeder. How can they get away with that? Who knows? Anyway, there's a £5. I saw it. It was the last one. So I picked it up. There you go. Andrew buying useless crap again. My mother-in-law and my son are back from their holiday in Lanzarote. I'm back to visiting Liz Tuesdays, Thursdays and Sundays. And you might say, you bastard Andrew, why don't you visit your wife every day? It's an hour to get there and it's an hour to get back. And I'm knackered and I'm trying to hold down a job. I'm the only person working now. I'm trying to hold down a job and keep everything going. And I'm absolutely exhausted all the time. And I know what you're going to say, Andrew, that's your diabetes, because everything's my diabetes. The global tariffs apparently down to my diabetes. But I'm just tired. I'm so tired right now. But I don't want to spend the day rotting in bed. I just don't know what to do with myself. Sometimes it's taking me a lot of effort to get into hobbies that I used to enjoy. A lot of the stuff that I used to enjoy holds very little pleasure for me these days. On the topic of U-Boat on the PS5, I have deleted it. It's a PC port. You need a mouse and keyboard to play that game, and a controller just don't cut it. When you're trying to avoid being depth charged by a British destroyer or a corvette, you can't keep pressing and going through menus to change course, hold your depth, change your depth, periscope up, down, aim, left, right, speed. It's impossible. It's unplayable. Plus it keeps crashing. It's unplayable. So I've deleted it, which is a shame. I did the tutorials, but I just can't. I can't play it. I actually think maybe my gaming days might be over, you know. Again, something else I'm finding very hard to find pleasure in. Something that I used to enjoy. Look, I'm sorry I've depressed you all. I'm going to try and make the best out of the rest of my day. It's now 12:39. Thanks very much for watching this episode of Total Ramblings and this old man rattling on about a load of depressing rubbish. Please join me for the next episode.